Hey guys, how you going? In this video, I want to demonstrate the usage of the accept request header in HTTP and also how it's used in REST APIs or just APIs in general. We're also going to be creating our own API with support for the accept request header just for a bit of demonstration. So basically, the accept request header allows a client to specify through a HTTP request what kind of data in which format it is able to receive. So for example, a client making an API call for a list of users may also send through an accept header of application/JSON. The server or API is going to read the accept request header of application/JSON. It's going to check if it can actually support a response in a JSON format. If it can send back the data in JSON, it's going to send it back in JSON, and that is what the accept request header is used for. The client is able to specify in which format it can receive the data. So with that being said, of course, accept is just part of HTTP, which means your browsers are going to use them regularly. So for example here, I've got a request for this document on page load, and basically if I go inside the DevTools for the page, we can see here we have the request for the document, and the browser has sent through an accept request header of this value right here. So it's actually quite a large and complex value for the accept request header, and with API calls they're not going to get anywhere near this complex. In API calls, typically they're going to only be specifying a single value for the accept header, but here Chrome is basically saying that it can support any of these MIME types, and also it's even saying that with a precedence of 0.9, it prefers these MIME types over these MIME types here with a precedence quality value of 0.8. So basically the 0.8 is less than 0.9, so Chrome prefers this over this in the response. As I said, API calls don't get this complex. I think max you're going to find yourself using probably 2, but in most cases you're going to be specifying a single accept header when making API calls. So let's go inside the text editor right now and actually implement our own support for accept on the server side and also its usage on the client side. So let's go inside the text editor right here. I've got the index.html file, pretty basic stuff, not too much happening inside here. And of course we have here users.php. So this is going to be a PHP script because PHP I find quite easy to work with and learn in. And basically it's going to be the API endpoint for a list of these users. So here I've got a list or an array of 3 users, and we're going to support JSON or XML as the accept request header. So basically this data can be sent back to the client in either JSON or an XML format. So here we are switching on the accept header. That is how you access it in PHP. If it's application/JSON, we are going to convert the array to a JSON string with that function right there. And we're also going to send back a content type of application/JSON just to tell the client, yes, this is actually going to be JSON. Same goes for the text XML. We have here basically building an XML string, and then when we're sending back the string with a content type of text/XML. And if none of these are supported by the server, so for example, if the client sends through image/JPEG or something like that, then we're going to respond with 406, and 406 is the standard HTTP response code when you do not support any of the content types, or any of the MIME types that the client has requested in the accept request header. So to demonstrate what each of these look like, we're going to change the switch here to be 1, and then force the JSON case by having 1 right here. So now if I was to save this and open this in the browser, I can refresh here, and we get here the data in the JSON format. So we can see how it works right there. Obviously, in the response here, we have JSON, and in the response headers, we have here content type of application/JSON. Now, if I was to go inside here and make this a case of 0, and this XML case of 1, I can save this and refresh it. Now we get XML. So we can see here the browser is also adding its own formatting to the document because it knows it's XML through the response header of text/XML. So we can also specify something like -1, and that is going to force the default down here. So basically, if I save this and refresh, we now get 406 right here as the response. So now, with this in mind, we can put this back to the original values here, and then we're going to make a fetch call through JavaScript and basically switch up the accept request header to demonstrate how it works. So let's go inside here. I can make a fetch request to the users.php file. I can specify it's going to have a method of get, so basically just a simple get request right there. We can also specify the headers, and of course we're going to say the accept header is going to be text/XML. So now we're going to make a fetch request to this file with an accept of text/XML, which means basically inside here, once the script reaches this line of code, it's going to switch on the accept header. In this case, it's going to be text/XML. And of course, it's going to match this case and send back all of this stuff right here. So let's go inside here now and say .then. We're going to say once the response comes back, we're going to return response.text, basically grab the text content from the response, in this case the XML, and we're going to simply then console.log the response text. So I can save this one and refresh the browser inside here, view the console, and we get here the XML. So yeah, I can of course go back inside here and change the accept to be application/JSON, and now of course the server is going to return the data in a JSON format. I might just change this to be JSON so we can actually convert it to a JSON or a JavaScript object over the JSON string. So I can save this and then refresh the browser once again, and now we have the JavaScript array as the output. So we can see here the server is able to quite easily, using the accept header, change up in which way it returns or presents the data. Okay, so inside the network tab, we can see even, of course, for the particular request, we can see the request header was for application/JSON, for the accept, and the response, of course, was once again application/JSON. Typically in API usage, you just need to make sure your API actually supports whichever content type you wish. So for example, some APIs you may be using may not support XML. So unfortunately, you can't say text XML and expect an XML response if the API does not even support XML. Just keep that in mind. So anyway, let's go back inside here and change this to be image/JPEG. So in this case, the server does not actually support a response with a image/JPEG type, as we can see right here. So we're going to get 406. So I can save this and refresh, and we see here we get 406 right there as the response status code. And that is how you can use the accept request header for REST APIs or just HTTP in general. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you later.